We're going to move on to the second topic now, and we're going to be talking about the ladies. Obviously, lady MCs, lady rappers have been a thing since day one, really. To varying degrees of success and all that good stuff. But we were thinking about the idea of like supergroups. I know we've talked about supergroups before, but we want to kind of slant it into the perspective of like the ladies and why we haven't necessarily seen lady/female rap supergroups either here in the UK or in the US, and why that might be. So, boys, what do we think?
Man, I mean, it's hard enough for like, female MCs to come into the game and, get a certain level of attention and to be taken serious in a certain manner, man. So imagine if you as a singular artist struggle to do that, what the hell do you think it's going to be like if you try and come in as part of an all-female rap group? It's probably going to be very, very difficult, man. So there's probably a lot of politics that go into that, why we haven't seen it. As well as the fact that the industry is very quick to, pit women against each other. So I imagine that would also be the case if we had an all-female group. So there may be people that just don't want to deal with all of that, man. So they maybe feel like, let me bust through the door real quick by myself. And then if I do want to like bring anyone else in, then I'll try and do that. But I don't know, man. I think it's probably our fault, though, isn't it?
Yeah, probably. I think this rap game has taught us that self-preservation is the key. And as you say, it's hard for someone who is a woman coming in the game to come in the game as just like a solo artist in and of itself. So imagine trying to get, 3 people together, 3 other people, 2 other people, 4 other people together to try and do it as well. It's another set of challenges to kind of overcome. Obviously there was Salt and Pepper and, those kind of early girl groups. But, they only lasted so long for whatever reason. And yeah, I think, man, like, I'm not going to say we ain't shit, but...
We ain't shit.
We make it very, very, very hard, generally, because it's a man's game, rap generally. Really and truly, up until recently, we've only ever really let one woman in at a time, whether it's Kim or Foxy or Nikki.
Kim and Foxy were here at the same time.
Yeah, even still, one more person.
Salt and Pepper and MC Light were together at the same time.
Cool.
Roxanne Shante too.
Yeah, but where are they now?
Somewhere, enjoying life.
We hope.
Somewhere out there, yeah.
Yeah, we hope.
Fully. But obviously not to the same extent, innit?
Yeah.
So, like, and it's unfortunate because these are all talented MCs, like Roxanne Shante, MC Light, Queen Latifah, Kim, Foxy, all talented people. But obviously bogged down by all the politics that comes with being a hip-hop artist, generally. There was Moulin Rouge, but, that's whatever.
Or Ladies' Night with Angie Martinez, Lisa
Damn.
Left Eye, Lil' Kim, Missy.
They gave Angie a verse,
They gave Angie. I think it was Angie's tune. Wasn't it Angie's tune?
It was Angie's tune.
Yeah.
And then she also had... No, it wasn't her tune.
You sure?
I read her book. She was on... I think it was Kim's song.
I don't think so,
and they told her, I read a book, unless I just got it wrong, but I think it was a thing where come to the set. But I know they told her you've got a verse and she was surprised about it.
Okay.
Like,
I think Jay might have wrote a verse, I think Jay was writing for her for a bit.
The guy remember she had a guy next to her that just sounded like Jay-Z?
I can't remember.
Angie Martinez, she had one song, If I Could Go.
Oh, yeah.
And that one brother was sounding like Jay-Z the whole verse.
Yeah.
Angie got busy though, but...
Angie got busy.
We really allowed Angie Martinez to rap, didn't we?
She got a great book though, you should read it.
Why?
I thoroughly enjoyed it.
She needs to release them Tupac interviews.
She does, man, but she's never going to do it. She's never going to do it.
do that, man.
But Mo, what do you think about this whole thing?
I think you guys hit the nail on the head. I think there's a number of reasons why. I think if you're a female trying to come into the game and you already know how much headache it is, it's only going to double up. It's a group. Like, if you go back to what Lotto said, which was like she tried to get a verse of someone, and then the person was like, for you to get a verse, you have to do certain things to me. Like it was a big wrap up, but she hasn't said who. Can you imagine if you're a group and you're trying to get through? Do you know what I mean? It's just going to double up. Whatever they go through as one, it's just going to double up as two. And I think the way hip hop is set up and the way the media set up is it's only going to become a matter of time before they pit each other against each other. I know City Girls haven't gone through it.
They'll make someone the Beyonce
or someone
group,
exactly
and
where
the Kelly Rowland of the group.
Exactly, like little stuff like if you got one that's light skin or dark skin, they might try. Do you know what I mean? The way you're gonna have to get them to fit is almost perfect before they come out to us. Because any little thing that the public or the media can pick up on, they will. And I think that's what I genuinely think it is. I don't think it's got anything to do with talent. It's definitely got nothing to do with talent. It's all politics. It just doesn't make sense.
I think it's just society and rap being a microcosm of that, having an issue with women kind of determining their own narrative and determining their own story. Obviously, we've had girl groups. I'm trying to think. There was one.
JJ Fad.
Were they rap?
Ish, yeah.
Were they on Ruthless?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah, the banger as well, I think. But and even in the UK, they've been like even before then. I'm trying to remember what the group was called. I read an article about it in The Guardian like a couple months ago. But there was a girl group in the UK that basically had the same problems. They weren't taken seriously as MCs because they were women. And even though they kind of faded into obscurity, the fact that they've been written about in The Guardian like 30 years later just shows the impact. The fact that they weren't about to let people's perception of them kind of just fuck up their journey. So you do have elements of that. I suppose now, especially in the last like maybe decade or so with like post Nicki, it's been maybe a little bit harder up until we got Cardi and Meg and City Girls and all these people. But they're still very much like solo artists. And it seems as if like all women collaborations happen a dime a dozen really. Like kind of more of a moment, like a commemorative moment. I'll look at all these women here in one place rather than like a proper like group sort of thing. And yeah, I suppose we just got to look ourselves. Rap needs to look itself in the mirror and be like, why is that? Why have we created a kind of environment where it's hard enough for women as it is to come into the game, but also to come together and band together? What is it about that makes us so fearful? Or
it's weird, isn't it?
It's mad weird.
Because I've never really understood it. It's just a very weird concept where it seems like the male infrastructure is somewhat threatened by like women coming together in the game somewhat. But I mean, let's pose the argument in another way. Like, go on. I'm just trying to think of the best way to word this, isn't it?
Word it, bro.
It's probably gonna get me in trouble.
Okay, do your thing, man. We live for this. We're trying to take this thing to the next level.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Do female MCs get along?
What is that?
Do female MCs get along?
I think so. But to Mo's point, there are circumstances and factors that probably push them away from each other. Let's take Nicki and Cardi, for instance. They obviously had their beef in 2018, where they fought at the was it Met Gala or Harper's Bazaar? Something. And that's because Nicki liked a tweet that referred to Cardi's kid being harmed or something, allegedly. And that's fans basically generating that in a way. I think maybe there was like that kind of healthy rivalry that MCs have generally. Yeah, in some respect it is. But it then turns into, obviously, are you taking Nicki or are you taking Cardi? Are you taking their skills or are you taking their skills sort of thing? It becomes more territorial because you're being forced or you're actively choosing which one rather than rooting for the both of them, even though like they're both going towards the same goal of like making hip hop better. So I think they do get along. We've seen that they do, but they also can't get along in some respects, but that isn't always their fault.
So we created that. We created that narrative of there must only be one queen.
I think so.
At any one given time.
I think so.
But I think it's only with a certain type of female MC though, because you never really saw Rapsody being pitted against Jean Grey, but you would see Kim being pitted against Foxy and Nicki being pitted against Little Kim. It's when you come in a certain type of mold. It's more. I think it's more the mainstream female MCs that they own their sexuality and they're not only good with the bars but they look great as well. It's those ones that are more that seem to be pitted against the others that are also in that vein, and that's where the competition comes in. And I think that's probably like the labels and the artists that those artists are signed to that probably do that.
And you could also argue that those artists are more
And
visible.
sorry, and because Missy was never pitted against anyone, but I think it's because of the type of MC that she. I think it's because of the type of MC that she was.
Well, let's say
But then
how
all the dolls, they probably are pitted against each other at one given time as well, isn't it?
Yeah, all the sexy female MCs and rappers, they're the ones who are the most visible to the mandem. Male rap fans and, you know, people who enjoy rap pretty much, like, and you're looking at it from a mainstream sense and a kind of more elevated level. So I think in that regard, for some reason, there does need to be only one. Maybe post like Kim and Foxy, there needs to be just the one because of whatever reason. I couldn't possibly tell you. But there was a shift. Maybe they saw two confident female rappers who were sexy and could bar Foxy and Kim and didn't like it and decided that there only needed to be one. I don't know why.
And they were actually cool at one point.
And they were cool.
But there was always that. You're right.
But what changed that though? What changed it?
What, Kim and Foxy?
Yeah. What changed that?
I think it was the people that was behind them, a la Nas and Big, and Jay as well, and then competition. But I think it was more the labels, and then it became personal.
So competition basically, in some respects, friendly competition can foster contempt.
Because I think if I'm not mistaken, I think it might have started because on one tour, I think either Foxy did not want to open up for Kim, or Kim didn't want to open up for Foxy. And that's where the tension started. Somewhere like that. I might be completely wrong, but I remember hearing that.
Hard Knocks tour way before.
It might have been a No Way Out tour, you know. It might have been a No Way Out tour.
Yeah.
If it weren't a No Way Out tour, then it was just before that.
If it's a No Way Out tour, then Foxy's got to open up for Kim. Come on, man.
Yeah. But look, I mean, look it up, I might be completely wrong. But
I think, I don't mean to cut you off.
Yeah, go on, bro.
But I do think a lot of white females being pitted, I think it was always that stigma of they can only be number one. They could only be one. But when you look at, it's a tricky thing because Missy never got that, Eve never got that. I don't remember.
And even like when MC Light and them were doing their thing and Queen Latifah and that, they weren't really put against each other. And I think it's because of the type of MCs that they were.
Yeah, because they could. It's a weird one because.
And Lauren's never been put against any other MC.
That's because
do you know what I mean? Like, it's
alien,
weird.
man.
There's something weird going on there.
She disappeared after one album, fam.
Relax.
Respectfully, she
Relax.
She had Unplugged.
Come on now, fam. You know, how can you beef someone? Because you imagine you're trying to beef Lauren.
Bro.
Yo, link up. I'm gonna write a diss for you. You get to the studio.
You get the point I'm trying to make, though, innit?
We get this 6 years later. She can't keep up. I love you, Lauren.
From this guy, man. It's Miss Hill to you, bro.
It is Miss Hill to me, innit? It is Miss Hill to me. I love you, Miss Hill. But I do think it comes down to just that there can be that one. But I reckon, even though it's going to sound crazy, post Nicki and Cardi, I do think it is changing now with female rappers where there's clearly there could be more than one. And I think it's only now we've just got there, which is ridiculous because it's 2022. But I sincerely think we've only now just got to an acceptance of, yeah, we can have one rap, Meg go for number one, then Cardi go number one, then Nicki, then any of the Brats or the Dolls or whoever. Do you know what I mean?
There is still a divide though between like the more sexier female MCs and the ones that don't focus on their sex appeal. There is a conscious effort to divide the two and not bring them together.
But that's hip hop though.
Because
there's a divide between the conscious rapper and a Future.
Okay.
Do you get what I mean? Yeah. You're never going to see Future rap with a conscious guy.
Okay.
And there's always going to be that divide is always there in hip hop. If what you sell is in the mainstream, you're always going to have some people on the other side.
Yeah,
of
that might be more sympathetic.
You might have Lupe. You might have a Lupe. Do you know what I mean? That divide is never going to be crossed.
Yeah, Drake's not collaborating with Lupe.
Exactly. So I understand. I think with females and with males, we've always going to have that problem of whatever the mainstream are talking about, you're always going to have the conscious people on the other side.
See, and remember the conspiracy episode we have. You man were looking at me like I was mad when I was saying, listen, bruv, there's a concentrated effort, to make sure that certain things are not put in our conscious are coming to the mainstream. When you're looking at the certain artists that are not coming together, there's no reason why they shouldn't, You got to look a bit deeper.
Yeah, but some people think about the bottom line rather than message. And if the bottom line is the bottom dollar, then...
Because Nicki can spit, right?
Nicki can definitely spit.
It would be great for her to spit with Rapsody. Why not?
But why won't she? Someone of her power and someone of her stature that can collab with anybody that she wanted to, why doesn't she?
I don't know.
Maybe Rapsody doesn't want to.
Rhapsody would probably want to rap
Rhapsody
with
would do
Nicki.
that, man.
Rhapsody's an MC's MC.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Rhapsody
She would
would
want
do
to.
that.
She would want to do that. She would want to do that. And some of these new rappers, whether they're male or female, probably wouldn't want to get blown on their own song by someone who's better. Sweetie might not necessarily want to rap with a no name. You know what I'm saying? Because she might look a certain way if she got washed.
So you think Nicki doesn't want to get washed by Rapsody?
Maybe.
It's similar to what you said though. It's exactly what you said, man. Just like the more lyrical MCs, not necessarily matching with the ones that
You're always gonna have that divide in hip hop.
My thing is, you also got to look at the rappers themselves. Like, they've got the power to collab with these people. All it takes is a reach out. Why don't they? So as much as you say it's the labels and the conspiracy, like I said in that episode, do we not need to look at ourselves?
Yeah, we do.
And what we're doing,
Yeah.
sort of thing.
But that's what I said. It comes down to what you're about as an artist. If all you care, do you know what I mean? It just comes down to who you are as an artist. Some people generally ain't here for messages me smoking every day.
Yeah.
Respectfully.
Like, it makes perfect sense for Sweetie to collab with a Doja Cat, but look at what the game would say and how shaken up maybe the game would be if she was to collab with a Rapsody or a No Name or Sims, sort of thing.
100%.
That would be a lot more interesting, and it would show more unity in that regard.
But you need to look at Sweetie's fans.
Yeah.
So okay, so is that the
But
same?
Sweetie's fans probably think she could rap though.
But we how can I put it? Rapsody's fans know rap. Sweetie knows what's going on. She ain't gonna wanna. It's just too out there for her. It's like way too left.
Maybe.
My fan base, icy, so icy, whatever she says.
But I would say that someone like Meg could probably hold her own on a song with Rapsody. Because I think Meg is a good
I think
rapper.
Meg can. I just don't think Sweetie can ever hold a torch for her. Like Sweetie can't hold a torch. Like
To Rapsody?
you cannot come within 16 feet of her.
Meg's not holding her own Rhapsody, bro.
I think so.
Absolutely not.
I think
Meg is
so.
one conversation. Sweetie,
Rhapsody is smoking her
bro,
boots.
there's no
I
way.
think Meg is.
I can't like this. The
I think Meg is. I think we get bogged down by what she talks about.
No,
But she
not
can-
at all. No. I listen. The flows, all that. Nah, man. Rhapsody will smoke her boots, bro.
I don't know about smoke.
No, what?
I don't know about smoke. And that's not a dig
Bro,
on Rhapsody.
Rhapsody's like
That's not a dig on Rhapsody. That's not a dig on Rhapsody.
male or female. Rhapsody's like one of the illest doing it today, bro. She's smoking a lot of people's boots.
She smoked cold.
So what the hell do you think she's doing to Meg?
Smoked cold, bro. She smoked cold, so general. Like smoked him.
Okay.
And I'm a cold. Yeah, she's smoking. Meg, I take it back. You're right.
Fam,
Yeah,
she's smoking, yeah, man.
It's dirty. Yeah, it's dangerous.
And she held her on with Black Thought, bro.
She did hold her on Black 4.
I think Meg could hold her own against Rhapsody.
Hey, man.
You can look at me where you
What
want, Pete.
WrestleMania fight was that? 0.
You can look at me where you like, Pete.
I'm not looking at you in any way. Relax. I'm just
Look
looking
at me, are you?
You're talking. Can I not look at you as you're
I
talking?
wasn't talking.
You were just saying that you said that's your thing, innit?
What WrestleMania match was that? 0.2 seconds. Daniel Bryan wasn't it?
Oh, Sheamus.
Yeah, literally, that's what would happen with this mega case.
Don't do that.
Let's quick, bam, let's go.
Hey, man.
Like, come on, man. Rhapsody to me is
No, listen.
top 5.
I'm not saying all this to downgrade Rhapsody. I just think Meg needs a little bit of upgrading because I feel like she gets a bad rep because of what she talks about.
I don't think so, man.
I'm not saying she raps, but she can rap.
Rhapsody raps though. Like, I think we need to put more respect on Rhapsody's name,
I've
bro.
been saying Rhapsody's in my top 5 for the longest.
Like, Rhapsody raps, like.
No one's saying she can't.
No, but you just said he just said, do you think Meg raps? You said, nah, she don't rap. Rhapsody
can
raps though. So
Okay.
if someone, how you putting someone that raps against someone that don't rap?
So you're telling me that no one. So you're telling me.
right?
So you're telling me that no one that just raps has never held their own against someone who can rap.
No.
I don't believe
Hold
that.
their own. Do
Hold their
alright,
own.
cool. Hold your own ain't.
What's the difference between holding your own and doing all right?
Yeah, I was gonna agree.
You still get smoked when you do alright.
And arguably, you could get smoked if you hold your own. But I'm saying she could hold her own. I don't think there's a difference between all right and hold your own.
Semantics, man.
Kendrick can rap, right?
Yeah.
Drake can rap.
They both rap.
I don't think Drake's a rap.
What?
I don't class Drake in that rap.
No, Drake raps, B.
Sorry.
No, he
There's no way-
raps.
There's no way
Drake raps.
There's no way Kendrick, Rapsody, and Drake are all in the same lineage when it comes to rap rapping.
What?
In my opinion, I just don't
Alright.
think he is. I just don't think. Plus
Semantics,
he don't-
innit?
Plus, he don't write his bars, but I generally don't think he's. Yeah, I've never looked at Drake as a rap rapper,
Neither have I.
but that's another conversation.
But he can rap.
But my point is, he's held his own against rap rappers.
Drake.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
always will.
That's because you think he can.
I don't think he can rap.
Okay.
But that was backing up your point where someone doesn't necessarily need to be a rap rapper to hold his own.
I can't believe you don't think Drake can rap, bro.
Yeah, but I think so. I don't think.
That's backing your.
I don't think 100% of the time someone who is only a rapper can't hold their own against an MC.
Okay.
That's all. That's all. Or do all right, depending on what you want to call it.
But yeah, back to the conversation.
We can agree to disagree.
I think again, it's everything we said. I think it comes down to the time we was in back then, the way they were looked at, everything. It was just, but as hard as it was for a female to come through, it was gonna be done with the pain for her.
Also, how many groups do we even get these days, bruv?
It's not a thing anymore.
We don't really get
It's
groups
not a
like we
thing
used to, man. So it's not even that much of a surprise. But you would think because of like, you know, what feels like a bit of a renaissance as far as like, you know, MCs that are women coming into the game, that you would think that, rah, we might get like
We get
an all-woman group. That'd be dope. Do you know what I mean? But at the same time, because we don't really see groups like that anyway, whether it's even in R&B, we don't even really see groups like that.
Don't you have what's your
Do you
group?
know what I
Don't
mean?
you have Tyrese in there, man?
What, TGT?
TGT.
Come on, man.
No, you don't, to be fair.
Do you know what I mean?
'cause
So
again, it's self-preservation.
Yeah, do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it's
So
way
Everybody
more-
sees the value of being a solo versus being in a group.
And it's more conglomerates. Like it's more teams now than it is groups.
Yeah.
There's way more teams now than groups. Whether it's
True.
OTF or whatever.
Even
it's not-
even the team / conglomerate / collective is kind of fading as well.
1,000%.
If you really deep it.
It's becoming a thing of the past, but it's just going to become. I think what's going to happen is just more solo artists are just going to link up with another solo artist, like how Baby and Dirk did. We're just going to get a lot more of that now than groups, where two solo artists will link up and make projects together throughout the years rather than a bona fide group. And that's just
One more thing on this hold their own thing. I just thought of a great example.
Go on.
Gunplay on guns and cartoons and cereal.
Yes, talk about it.
Can Gunplay rap?
No,
Peter, can Gunplay rap?
he gets busy.
he got busy on
He's
Power,
not on Kendrick's level, but he gets busy though.
but
Can he rap?
I know where he's going
No,
with
he's
this.
not in a rap
I know where
conversation.
he's going with this.
Did he hold his own?
Oh, he did alright.
Did he hold his own yet, Peter?
I think he did alright though.
Did he hold his own, Peter?
He did alright.
Semantics.
Whatever, man.
Because to be honest with you, Kendrick was on Power Circle and Gunplay's got my favourite verse.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, but that's more so preference though. That's not necessarily.
solo me. No.
You're not adding credence to the argument. That's just what you like.
No, I'm saying, do I think someone that can rap can hold his own against a rap person? That's my point. But I think Meg gets one.
21 Savage had the tune
That's
with
cool.
J. Cole, and I love 21 Savage verses more than I like J. Cole's.
So
He held his own though, didn't he?
Yeah, so we agree he can hold it on.
Yeah.
Oh, so we agreed then. So
What?
he was arguing about that.
What?
If someone is just a rapper.
No, but in more so in the case of like
Rapsody
and Meg.
Meg.
Yeah, that's what my argument was. It's not so much like the people that just rap versus the ones that rap. Of course, like there will always be like you can close the gap somewhat, but not with those two though.
I think so. Because on paper, you might not have thought 21 Savage and J. Cole was possible.
For because of the yeah, cool.
That's a fact.
All right, cool.
Cool.
Hey, man.
So, if we wanted to name our fantasy female supergroups, who would they be?
I'm still struggling on my
4
last
members.
one. I'm still struggling on my last one. But, so I've got a name on my group. It's called the 4 Horsewomen. Very imaginative, as you can imagine.
I only acknowledge one 4 horsewoman. Wrestling fans know who I'm talking about. Drake know who I'm talking about.
Hey, man, what can I say? I thought of it. I definitely took it from WWE.
That's a good
That's
name.
Yeah, you
That's
definitely
a dope name, 4 Horsewomen. Come on, what are we
UFC
doing
as
here?
well.
What?
UFC as well. There's a 4 horsewomen in UFC. I think it's Ronda Rousey, Shayna Baszler.
Yeah, they
two
didn't go.
others.
They were all whack on the UFC.
Okay,
They
fair.
were all whack. I mean, Ronda Rousey she got proven to be a fraud, but I never hit on it. So I'm gonna go with the GOAT to me is Missy Elliott. I think she's the best ever, female wise. So I'm definitely gonna have her. I'm gonna have Lauren on it as well. So it's gonna go Missy, Lauren, Rapsody, and then the fourth one was when I got it tricky. It was out of 2 for me. It was out of Kim and Nikki.
Okay.
And because this person wrote her bars, I'm going with Nikki.
Kim wrote some of her bars.
Some. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's my fault. But I hear you. But it was close out of them two. But I'm gonna go with the 4 I'm going with is Rapsody, Missy, Nikki, Lauren.
Feel you. I went for Rhapsody.
Oh.
Well, let me preface this with I just went for the bars. Bars. Rhapsody,
Rap.
Rap.
Rhapsody, Lauryn Hill, Nicki, and I was gonna say Kim, but I'm gonna go for Foxy.
Bruv, who's producing? That's why I put Missy on my thing.
Who's producing?
Yeah. Missy producing my shit. Come on, you didn't think
Yeah,
about that, did
yeah,
you?
good point.
Oh, see? 4 horsewomen. Sorry.
You're not serious.
So, who cares?
Hey, man, what can I say, man? I just wanted to, hey. That's actually a dope
I'll
list.
get Primo to give him some beats. You know what
Say it
I'm
one more
saying?
time. What was it again?
Rhapsody, Lauryn Hill, Miss Lauryn Hill, Nicki Minaj, and Foxy Brown.
I like that.
Just because
That's a good list.
I would want to hear them all. Because you got pretty much everything. You got Nicki singing as well. You got Lauren singing as well. And then Rhapsody and Foxy were just, they come with different flavors as well.
Hey, man.
I'd call it flavoring year.
That's a bit disrespectful because one of them can't hear, but what's your list?
That was too quick.
Can I just say we're keeping that in? Shake my hand. We're keeping that in. Are
That
you
was too
crazy?
quick. That was too quick.
What? Nah, Pete, you gotta give me that. I'm
that was
sorry,
good
you
still.
gotta give me
That
that.
was good.
I'm
That
not
was
giving
good.
you anything, bro.
Yeah, me?
No, that was good.
You respect it, right?
That was very good.
Thank you very much.
That was very good.
I'm so proud of myself for that one.
Pia, what's your super group?
I've got Lauren, Miss Lauren Hill, Rapsody, Queen Latifah, and Jean Grey.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
I like that.
Jean Grey.
Mm-hmm.
Left field.
Bloody amazing, mate.
One of the
She
goals.
is. Very cryptic and coded.
Mm-hmm.
Jean Grey. But
Yeah.
you know, we like that
I used to
sometimes.
love Jean Grey, man. I think I appreciated that once. I used to love Jean Grey back in the day.
Yeah.
Well, more the story is, I guess the landscape of hip hop right now probably doesn't cater to not only just female groups, but groups in general. And I suppose it's always going to be hard for a woman MC to bust through. But when they do, it's always going to be a great thing for the genre at large.
Last question. Can I just ask one last question?
Of course you can.
Who's a female GOAT in your opinion?
You'd have to give it to Missy.
Yeah?
Yeah, you'd have to.
Yeah, listen.
Yeah.
I think we said this in our...
It'd be disrespectful not to.
I just wanted to ask. We're all in man. Salute to Missy again.
Yeah, she got it all.
Misdemeanor.
She got it all. If Lauren bothered to do more, she'd probably be it.
Missy
but
and Miss Hill for me.
Yeah?
Yeah, man.
Hey, man.
I think Missy
And then I got Kim.
towers over Miss Hill.
Now I've got Missy first, and then I've got Lauren second. And then I generally have Nikki third. I just think that when you've
Is
held...
it fair to put Lauren for second?
Yeah, when
Is it fair?
when you've got the greatest hip-hop album from a female ever.
Is it a hip hop album?
No.
Lost Ones, and that's it.
I just think talent-wise,
You're good at what you
I
do
just
there.
think talent-wise, there's
Yeah, Lauren's always going to be top two for me. Missy's always going to be the goal.
Oh, it's like
Lauren's
Kyrie.
two. And then, I see what we done there. Nikki's going to be third just because when you ran, she had so long that she had to hold it by herself.
Lauren's probably in my like top 40 MCs just
So you've got, yeah.
generally, do you know what I mean? So
And then who's third?
I said Missy, Miss Hill, and Kim.
What would you say?
Missy, Miss Hill, and probably has to be Kim, innit? Kim or Nikki?
Yeah, fair enough. Salute to Kim. I used to be scared. I can't finish it off, man.
Why not?
That's a
I used to
toxic,
be
bro.
scared of the... Now I throw... Nah, that... Why not? I said, like, handle it. Nah, Kim was wilding on that
Just because you
scene.
repeat it doesn't mean you believe it, bro.
I used to be scared of that.
Yeah,
now I
Kim,
throw
it doesn't
lips to that.
It doesn't mean you're scared of it.
What?
Kim,
I am
was,
scared of it.
Kim was a freak, bro.
Yo,
Kim
salute
was
to
a
Kim.
freak.
like
man.
it, innit?
Yo, I love Kim.
But that's
I
why
love Kim.
female rap is popping so much, because we like how
I
much...
still think Missy's the freakiest though.
Missy
No
is
one-
a freak, bro. And I don't know if
no one's
people
freakier
understand
than
it.
Missy, man.
Bruv, I remember I saw on Twitter, some guy was like, yeah, Missy doesn't rely on sex. And then one guy quote tweeted and goes, when you've never listened to a Missy edit song ever.
Fam,
Yeah, for
what?
real.
Because the person goes, Missy was one of the only rappers that's never relied on. Because you know, people look at her and think she doesn't.
Yeah.
When you really look at, what's 1 minute, man?
A
What's
banger.
1 minute, man, fam?
Yeah.
She's telling you, fam, if you're 60 seconds, don't come to my yard. I love Missy edit, fam.
yeah.
Shout out to Mr. Mino.